Hello YouTube, my name is Emily and I'm here today to share with you a junk journal that I've made recently. This is a recent project and I have been meaning to upload videos like this so that when I list these in my Etsy shop, you can get a more detailed understanding of the book. So this book is my Bohemian mystical, magical, huge journal. 4 signatures. It has a 3-inch spine. And I am going to take you through the whole thing today. Also comes with her own bookmark, which I felt like was kind of fun for this one. So if you'd like to see how I made this and what's inside, just keep watching. So let us first start with the cover. I had these beautiful sort of snippets from, scraps, from sorry scraps. And I wanted to make something really luscious and just opulent, and kind of more is more was my thought with this journal. And I did take some inspiration from Martina at Teal and Tattered. She had recently made a soft cover journal with some fabrics, but some of these. And I just loved the way it sparkled. And I had so many of these that I wanted to just make an enormous, sparkly, mystical, magical, bohemian journal, and of course make it my own. So here is the cover. On the sort of lower level here, on the bottom foundational level, is a antique lace panel. And so I wanted to use that as the base to put my sort of sorry collage. And the rest of the book underneath that is covered in this pretty sort of neutral rose fabric. And so this is completely hand constructed. It's made out of layered chipboard, and I measured it and cut it and constructed it myself. So this book measures 6 inches by, I would say just about 10. Like I said, with a 3-inch spine. There are 4 signatures. As you can see, she's very thick. I exposed the spine with this journal, and I debated on whether or not to continue the sequin magic throughout here and here, but I kind of felt like it would be too much, and I was worried that the sequins, these are delicate pieces on the back and the side, may become damaged. So I wanted it to be an heirloom, stand the test of time, and so I chose to instead distress. I did put this beautiful leaf print on the back, and it does have like a transparent sort of mesh. But then I wanted to just sort of distress it with inks and gold so that it worked with the cover. So here it is from the top. I have 2 sari silks and this really, really pretty rich fuchsia. And we have just eyelets on either side that hold it together. So let's open it up. Let me make sure I'm still in frame. Yes, okay. So here is the first page. Like I said, it's lined with this fabric throughout, so that's the base. I wanted to include a spot on the cover to highlight any kind of special ephemera that you want to keep on the ready, or things that you are going to intend to put in the book at a later time. And then it has a altered CD case with a tag that I made. This is a tab from Edith Holden, and I used Glitterific on these pretty watercolor flowers. I love these flowers. And then I had dyed some really nice thick paper with fabric dyes and then I inked up the edges. So there's your tag for in there. And I like the way it peeks through. The first signature is this beautiful sort of bohemian green color, and I used some applique just to give it just an entrance. I thought that you could either, you know, put something here with your name or belonging to, and I wanted space for you to do that if you wanted to, you know, include your details. Okay, so first page, we have a pocket. This is a handmade envelope out of this beautiful paper. I absolutely love this pattern paper. I left this blank so that you could denote whatever it is inside. I did glitterific on this pretty flower. And then, did I put anything in there? No, I left this one empty for you to fill. And then I did some gold distressing. So let me say that my sort of concept for this was I wanted to kind of put myself, imagine that this is a Bohemian woman, maybe the early 1900s, late 1800s. And it's her collection of things. And so I wanted to add ephemera that would sort of further that narrative. So I have sort of some vintage advertisements. Maybe she was interested in this perfume, things like that you'll see throughout. This is some stationery that I distressed, and this is actually from my personal stationery, and it's just beautiful. And I thought that this would just work so well in this journal. So you can use that to journal in or send a letter to someone. And because this is so tactile, I wanted to use digital kits that represented fabric as much as possible. So you'll see digital kits that have like lace, textiles, fabric, wallpaper, things of that nature, so that I could just make it seem, I don't know, cohesive. I just love these types of patterns. So I just stressed this page a bit, really pretty page. And so I'm imagining that this lady is in France. And so I used, this is actually a digital printout of a 1942 agenda book. And so these would be really excellent writing spaces, and it's lined so it's easy for you to journal there. Some vellum. This is vellum that I printed a coffee stained lace digital. This piece of ephemera I've been waiting to use, and I thought this journal was perfect. This was actually a card. I cut it off that my aunt gave to me for use in my books, and I just think it works so pretty in this journal. So it's attached with a paper clip. This is a book page. I want to say this book is the Oxford Book of Flowers. Excuse me, just having a drink of my coffee. And so I wanted to add some bright floral pages for some variety. Here is a wallpaper digital. Here we have a tag that I attached this beautiful image, or this beautiful scrap onto. This is wallpaper, Tim Holtz wallpaper. So it's kind of got a cool texture, and then this is a tag, and it's backed with that fabric dyed paper, little piece of ephemera, and then the tab is God, this beautiful scrap, and I just love this color. I did a couple of pockets here, Queen of the Evening. That just made sense for me. This woman is it. Look at this. This digital kit, it is, I want to say, grungy wallpaper. I'll list the Etsy listing for this digital kit. Some of my favorites of all time. I just love these two together, just so bright and vibrant and pretty. Okay, here we have a flip and a pocket. This is made out of the book page, and then inside is this half of a card, again, that my aunt gave me, and that is a really pretty journaling option for you, and you can just stick that right in there. This paper is a vintage book page. I want to say it might be Polish, but I just loved the colors and the butterfly and the birds and owls. It just, sumptuous. Here on this pretty scrapbooking page, I attached these charms. I want this to be really a tactile experience. So I have a little flower and a pretty kind of crystal. This is part of a bracelet that was broken that I've been keeping and waiting to use, and I just like the way it sort of dangles there. Okay, we have avocado dyed lace. This is a journaling page that you can use that is the greatest Bohemian violoncellist. I just thought that worked in here. Maybe she collected that along her journeys. Everything about her was a... So this is pretty printed paper, wallpaper scans. Center of the first signature. This is again from that wallpaper kit. I love it. I think that the colors are beautiful. These I think are neutral enough to write on, or you could glue something to here as like scraps. I distressed this page, the other side of that beautiful periwinkle. Here is a perfume, a vintage perfume advertisement, French perfume. And I just love that image. I love that lady. So I stuck that in there for a journaling space. Here we have a charm. This is a glass ball with blue stars. Just beautiful. I have a flip, and you can stick any kind of extras in here. I left it blank because I wanted to show the image. Instead of inking it with gold around, I used glitterific so that it kind of looked like it was, I don't know, sparkling from within. I used a lot of glitter in this journal, more so than I really ever do. The other side of that book page. All these printed papers are just so gorgeous. And I print these on matte presentation paper, photo paper, kind of the same thing. But it has this beautiful feel to it. It really is soft. It's very smooth. It's really nice to write on. I have that in my personal journal. A book page. Look at that spread. Love that. That vellum. Here we have more agenda. What do we have here? A pocket with, this is actually a vintage, was it a card? It might have been a card. These are Christmas cakes. I just thought that was so charming. And another tag that I made with glitterific and just a little spot to maybe denote what it is you're writing about or the date. Second signature, I have this beautiful piece of scrap with gray and like a pale pinky purple gray sequins. It's so beautiful. And then on the other side, I have this flip. This is from, oh gosh, this is a vintage book page, and I don't recall the actual book it came from, but I'll list it below. She was a strange little girl, and a spot for your things there. This is coffee stained lace. This is a beautiful digital kit. I want to say it's Floral Folly. I will list it below. Oh, I cannot get enough of this digital kit. I really cannot. An Edith Holden book page. I love that image so much. May. Space for journaling. Beautiful. This is a fabric dyed piece of paper. We have a pink sort of floral palm, elephant, a key, just kind of bohemian. This is a vintage book page. Might be Polish. And I have pink and part of that bracelet. I love this page. This is a scrap and it's used as a tab, and I love the way the inks turned out on this page. Oh, just a love and happiness card, the wallpaper. I want to say this is Artemis. Here we have a Bohemian lady. Oh, here comes my pup. Ruby, lay down. This is a large journaling tag with a gorgeous scrap piece of sari. This is Tim Holtz wallpaper. I put this on a heavy kind of cardstock, so it's really, Ruby, lay down. So it's very sturdy. It's backed with this kind of grungy, I think it's a wallpaper texture is what it is again. And then I lined it with gold, and I used gold trim as the ribbon. I used an eyelet there to attach that. Ooh, this is the inside of an old envelope, but it's a cool paper. It's sort of plasticky, but look at that pretty pattern. I just really like that. I thought that went well in this journal. This is like a scrap of a piece of embroidered linen. Journaling spaces, Edith Holden. Here's another flip. I attached it to this pretty periwinkle one, and this is a pocket. What do we have in here? Oh, this is a advertisement for probably a circus or a theater performance, Farces de la Lune, so Lies of the Moon, I think that translates to. I just thought that that would suit the lady that this belonged to. Maybe she collected it on her journeys. This is Floral Folly. What do we have here? A tag that I made. This is washi tape, and then I gave it a little butterfly, and this is heavy cardstock, so that is pretty sturdy. What do we have here? Illusion perfume, an advertisement. So that can be an additional journaling space for you. I did another applique with another fabric flower with Glitterific. This is one of my favorites. We'll get to that. This beautiful Bohemian lady. I absolutely love that image. The spring. Look, she has a bird's nest. She's just crown of flowers, and then some more agenda for you to write on. This is a piece of printed vellum with the periwinkle and the lace, and I attached this trim. It is so beautiful. This might be my favorite trim I've ever used because it just is so romantic and dreamy. It's just wild, and I think that suits this journal really well, and I put a little corresponding scrap of it here. I just can't get enough of that. I love that so much. I love the way it hangs over. Here we have a little scrappy flip for you to write on. Look at that pretty pink. Can't even handle that. I want to say this might be Artemis. This is a rug, I want to say. Book pages. Another altered CD case that you can journal behind and stick something in. I gave her a little, what do they call it? Charm sequin, black lace to sort of secure that and make it more stable. This pretty rose gold ribbon and a little scrap. I love this page. We have a glass ball with fuchsia stars and a little coin and a little fabric flower. Here we have a journaling card, and ooh, this lady, gorgeous. This is one of my favorite digital kits. This is Artie Mays, and it is, I'm telling you right now, this is just the most beautiful kit. I will link it below. And we have avocado dyed lace. This is a antique doily. This is a handmade lace antique doily that I treasure, and I put a few of these in here for you. Here we have a envelope that I made from a book page. What do we have? Hush, Ruby. This is a calendar, 1942. You can stick in there, and then I added the same flowers as I have throughout. And that attaches with this fun paper clip. Gorgeous journaling space. Another handmade envelope. This one I left empty for you, the yellow. Oh, here we have an envelope that I made and altered with this piece of sari scrap. So as you can see, it's over the top of the envelope, and look at this beautiful glittery paper. This is heavy paper, so it's a sturdy envelope. And then it just matches so well with the scrap. So I really wanted to highlight the star, you know, in that way. And I thought as a flip, that would just be beautiful. You can keep your most prized possessions in there. And I clip it up here at the mesh part so I don't disturb any of the sequins. This is fabric dyed paper, a book page. I love these butterflies and this little bird. This one has mushrooms. This is the Oxford Book of Flowers. These journaling pages. What do we have here? Oh, a circus ad. I love that. I just love this kind of stuff. This is the last signature, and I used this scrap because I just thought, oh, that's got to be a tab. It's perfect for a tab. And then we have extra fabric laying off of it that lays nicely this way. I made this. She could believe. A scrap of Edith Holden to make that tab. I think this is Floral Folly, but I will double check and list it. Here is another one of my personal stationery that I just thought worked really well in here. So I included that for you. Another pocket. No, I haven't filled that one yet, but I will for you. Let's see. This is actually from a kit that I designed, and I used it in another journal, which I will record that journal flip through coming up here soon. But I love this page in particular. I like how the leaves pop out from this side and then this pretty pink flower. So I included a page from my own kit. It's not listed on my Etsy yet. I have to format it. This beautiful periwinkle. I want to do basically a whole like romantic blue and white journal with this because I just can't get enough of that. A vellum page. This is, oh, here's the cover of the agenda. Pretty gold foiled. This is a little bee. Her beautiful life with this glitterific. Love glitterific. It dries so fast and it's so pretty. I mean, I needed this to be the middle of the signature so that we could get the full picture because it's just the placement of the flowers is just so beautiful and flowing and natural. This is a little note card that I made with acetate pockets, and you can keep your odds and ends in there. And I gave her a little scrappy, this is Sari antique lace. And I gave her a little flower. The stars are always shining. Oh, we have a big one here. More of that bracelet, a hot pink flower, and music. I think the Bohemian woman loves music. Here I included an antique glove, a lace glove. I just thought, out of all my journals, I think this belongs in here. Maybe she lost one. Maybe she wants to remember who gave her the glove. I don't know. You tell me. The other page of my kit, another antique handmade lace doily. These are just priceless. This is R.T. Mays, I think. Agenda pages. I think this is the last of the envelopes, the handmade envelopes. And then the back cover, we have another flip and then a pocket within that you can stick stuff in. And then the other side of the closure. So that is the journal. It is huge. It's hard to know when to stop with these things because, like I said, especially with this one, it was like more is more, and I just went to town. I love it so much. So in addition, I made this bookmark. It's about the same size, and I just thought, you don't want to lose your place in such a book. So this is a nice sturdy bookmark made with two different wallpaper in the background, and butterflies and gold leaf trim. There's butterflies beneath here, scraps of sari, scraps of vintage lace. These flowers I added sequins to. And then on the back we have a bird cage and more lace and scraps and butterflies. So I think that just goes so nicely with this journal. So that is my mystical Bohemian magical journal. I'm gonna leave a link to this in the description box. It will be listed on my Etsy soon. It will be listed by the time I upload this video. So I hope you enjoyed that. Leave me any kind of feedback you have. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.